Okay, so let's see one problem from circles, which I have chosen. The question is, AB is a diameter of a circle. M is a point in AB. Such that AM is 18 centimeters and MB is 8 centimeters. Find the length of the shortest chord through M. Find the length of the shortest chord through M. Okay. Okay. A diagram is not given, so we'll have to draw the diagram. So let's draw the diagram and let's see what this problem states. First of all, you have a circle, okay, in which AB is a diameter. So let's choose the center of the circle. Let's call this center O. And AB is a diameter. Let's say this is your diameter, which passes through the center. Okay. And what is said is M is a point in AB such that AM is equal to 18 centimeters and MB is 8 centimeters. Let's say M is here. Okay. So this length AM is given to be 18 centimeters. Okay. And MB is 8. That means this length here is given to be 8 centimeters. Okay. Find the length of the shortest chord through M. That means through M, what should be the shortest chord? What do you mean by shortest chord? Remember that the shortest chord of a circle through the shortest chord of a circle through a point of a circle through a point M inside the circle is such that the chord is perpendicular to the diameter. It can very easily be shown that this is the shortest chord of the circle. Okay, through a small proof. That is, what will be the shortest chord in this case? In this case, the shortest chord will be a chord that passes through M, right, and is perpendicular to the diameter. That is, this angle must be 90 degrees. In fact, you can have many chords through M, right? But not all of them will be perpendicular. Let me show you another example. Okay, so you have AB as your diameter. And let's say this is the point M. And this is the center of the circle. Now you might ask, why have I chosen this chord which is perpendicular to the diameter? That is because it can be shown that it is the shortest chord. You can have a chord like this through M, right? But this will not be the shortest chord. Understood? Because this angle is not 90 degree. This angle is not equal to 90 degree. Okay. Again, you can have another chord. You can have a chord, let's say something like this, right? You can have many chords through M. But then again, if you see, this angle is not 90° either, right? So therefore, although you can have many chords through a given point inside a circle, the shortest chord through that point will be that chord which will always be perpendicular to the diameter. Okay, so this angle must be 90°. Clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the question states, find the length of this chord. Okay, let's say this chord, we call this chord CD. Okay, that is the chord CD. Okay, now we have to find out the length of this chord. First of all, we'll find out the radius of this circle. So what is the radius? What is the length of the diameter?
So, AM plus MB.
MB. Length of the diameter is AM plus MB, which is 18 plus 8, which is 26 centimeters, right? So therefore, what should be the radius of the circle? Half of the diameter, 26 by 2. So the radius of this circle is 13 centimeter,
13.
right? So what do we call the radius here in this case? OD is the radius, so this must be 13 centimeters, right? Isn't it? In fact, OC is also 13 centimeters. You can join either of them. Okay, so this is 13 centimeters, right? Now, what is the length of OM here? OM, if you see, is the radius of the circle. OM, the radius, that is OB, minus MB, isn't it? And what is the radius here? 13, right? Minus MB is 8, which is 5 centimeters. So you have got this as 5 centimeters. Now consider this right angle triangle. In this right angle triangle, you know the hypotenuse to be 13. You know the perpendicular to be 5. You can find out the base MD, right?
Yes, sir.
In the right angled triangle, OMD, you have OD square is equal to OM square plus MD square. Put the values. OD is 13, so 13 square. OM is 5, and MD you have to find out. That means 169 is equal to 25 plus MD square. That means 169 minus 25 is equal to MD square. That means MD square is 144. That means the length of MD here is 12 centimeters, right? Square root of 144. So we have got this length. Now because OM is perpendicular to the chord CD, since OM is perpendicular to CD, that means we must have from the which theorem? From the converse of theorem 1. What can we say? CM is equal to MD, right? A straight line to the center, a straight line through the center which is perpendicular to a chord must bisect the chord. That was the converse of theorem 1, right? So if CM is equal to MD, and if the length of MD is 12 centimeters, so what should be the length of CD? What should be the length of CD?
So 2 to
Twice of 12,
12.
right? Yes, twice of 12, 2 into 12. Length of the shortest chord CD is equal to twice of MD, which is 2 into 12, which is 24 centimeters. That's it. Clear? Okay.
Sir, please scroll up.
Yes, tell me.
Sir, please scroll up.
Okay.
Sir, I want to see the last part of it, that proving.
Here it is. Done?
Yes, sir, got.
Okay. First chapter that I finished was rational and irrational numbers. So you have everything from this, right? Whatever sums I have done, whatever types I have done, please go through only those. Okay. If you want to practice extra, you can always do it. You're welcome. But on the minimum, you need to do whatever sum that I have done. Second is compound interest. In compound interest, what I have not done is only the second, I think second or third exercise. That is accept problems on depreciation and population.
Yes, sir. 2.1 and 2.2 you have not done.
Yes, accept problems on population and
Then
depreciation.
sir, it will come on my queue.
No, it will not come. Except, that is why I'm written except. Okay.
Sir, which you have done in compound interest, that will only come.
Yes.
That part only.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
Expansions, everything. Okay. Expansions, I have done everything. So whatever I have done, you go through that. The entire chapter is there on expansion. Factorization, entire chapter is there. Especially middle term factorization is very important. Okay. Factorization of trinomials, very important. And difference of squares also, these two. And oh yes, factorization of difference of two squares, middle term, and cubes. Cubes is the most important. Okay, a cube plus b cube, a cube minus b cube, those formulas that we used for factorization, those are important. Next is simultaneous linear equations. Whatever problem type that I have discussed with you, I have given you a note also. Okay, you can go through that note. All the types of problems I have discussed there, go through them. Simultaneous linear equations, everything is there. Problems on simultaneous linear equations, also you can go through those problems that I have discussed online. I have not sent you any notes on these, but whatever online notes are available, just go through those problems, that will be sufficient. Problems on simultaneous linear equations. Next is quadratic equations, everything. Okay. Quadratic equations, everything you need to do. Okay. Next is indices. Indices, whatever problems I have discussed, especially in the note, if you see, I have marked some problems in red. Okay. Go through those problems. Those are the
So,
important ones. Yes.
sir, then which is excluded from simultaneous equation?
On which one, whatever problem that I have given you in the note, go through those and those types of problems only. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Logarithms has been excluded. Okay. Logarithms are not there in the syllabus. Triangles. In this chapter, everything is there except inequalities in a triangle, the last exercise. Okay. Except inequalities in a triangle. Next, midpoint theorem. Whatever problems I have done, go through them. That will be sufficient for you. So midpoint theorem, everything is there, whatever I have discussed. Okay. Next, Pythagoras theorem. Whatever problems I have discussed, on a minimum, practice those. If you want to do more, you are most welcome. Okay. But then the entire chapter is there on Pythagoras theorem. Rectilinear figures, everything is there. Okay. Whatever I have discussed, rectilinear figures is a long chapter. Okay. Whatever I have discussed, whatever problems I have discussed, just go through them. That will be sufficient. And in rectilinear, in these two chapters, that is triangles and rectilinear figures, what you'll see is that there is a lot of application of congruent triangles. So congruent triangles is very important. Okay, go through congruent triangles very well. Okay. Um, Next is theorems on area. I just discussed whatever problems I have discussed online. That will be sufficient for you. Okay. Theorems on area. Circles. Okay. All the theorems are there. Whatever problems I have discussed, go through them. Mensuration. Mensuration. Under mensuration, you have except problems on, except direct problems, in fact, except direct problems on area of quadrilaterals. Understood? That is, I will not give you any direct problem from, say, rectangle. Find the area of the rectangle, or find the area of the shaded portion in a rectangle, or shaded portion in a parallelogram. But the formula of quadrilaterals is important. Okay. Maybe I'll give you sums on a mixed, let's say a rectangle inside a circle. Okay. Or let's say a triangle inside a circle. That kind of problems will be there. Okay. But no direct problems on quadrilaterals. Okay. I'll not give you a parallelogram and say, find the area of the parallelogram or something like that. Okay. Next is trigonometrical ratios, entire chapter. Easy chapter. Trigonometrical ratios. Whatever problems in the note is there, go through them. That will be sufficient. Next is trigonometrical ratios of standard angles. Ratios of standard angles. Okay, whatever sums I have sent you in the note, go through those. The table of standard angles, sine 30 is equal to half, cos 60 is equal to half, and cos 30 is equal to root 3 by 2. Learn up the table very well. Okay. Coordinate geometry. Everything is there. Okay. No exception in coordinate geometry. There are three parts to coordinate geometry. First is the graphs. Second is the how to draw, how to solve simultaneous equations with the help of graphs and hence find the area of triangles. Okay. The thing that you did your project on. And the third part will be distance formula. All are there in coordinate geometry. Okay. And finally, you have.
Excuse me, sir.
Tell me.
Sir, in coordinate geometry, the sums which will be given in the question paper graph.
I could not understand your question. Repeat.
Sir, I am saying that in the exam, the graph paper for coordinate geometry will be provided.
Yes, graph papers will be provided. 2 mm graph papers will be provided. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
And statistics, whatever problems I have discussed in statistics, go through those, and especially histograms. What I have left out in coordinate geometry is your bar graphs. Let me write here. I will not give problems on bar graphs. Pie charts and frequency polygon. Okay. All the other things are there in the syllabus. All the other parts are there. That is, your tally marks is there, and then from the tally marks, how to write the class mark, how to write the cumulative frequency. Okay. And then histogram, very important. One problem I have given from histogram, very important chapter on histogram. Okay. So that is a complete review of your syllabus. Okay. Any question on the syllabus?
Sir,
Yes.
sir, please scroll up.